The weatherman promised us sunny days from the 1st of September and spring day. Here we are 16 days into it, and he's got a bit of a sense of humour, does the weatherman, because it's absolutely bitterly cold down in East London, about 15 degrees centigrade, and the wind is absolutely pumping down here. Chippa United against Orbit College, a bottom of the table clash. Chippa United in 16th, Orbit College one position above them, both in the relegation zone. I know it's early days to talk about the relegation battle, but that's the reality of their situation. I can tell you as well that Chippa United are busy with their worst ever start to the season, the opening 5 matches, worst ever in their 12th season in the Betway Premiership since they earned promotion at the end of the 2013-14 season from the National First Division, the Motsepe Foundation Championship, as it's known at the moment. So, yeah, no wins, 1 draw, 1 point, minus 8 goal difference, which is the worst ever in their time during the 12 years in the Betway Premiership. 10 goals, the joint most they've conceded. Conceded 10 in the 2015-16 season in the opening 5 games as well, but they did score 7 in that season. And 2 goals, the least that they've scored in the seasons in the Betway Premiership, which is only equalled by the 2 goals they scored in the 23-24 season. And at that time, they only conceded 3, so it really has been a rather dismal start to the season for Chippa United. They're hoping to do a lot better tonight. They're hoping that they'll be able to take advantage of the windy conditions, because having chatted to Coach Bugiso Makoya, he was saying he's not used to playing in these conditions at all, and it is blustery. And the one thing that you can see definitely, I mean, look at the fans there. I mean, they're all dressed up to the hilt as if it's the middle of winter, and there's snow on the mountains around the Eastern Cape area, but it's not the case. Although the weatherman did say that there is going to be a little bit of this weather around for a couple of days, and we'll just have to grin and bear it, I suppose. That's the way it goes. But Chippa United really hoping that they'll be able to use this to their advantage. I can tell you that the wind is blowing down the field of play. So as you look out on your screen from right to left, it's blowing, and when we landed here from Joburg at lunchtime, around about 60 kilometers per hour, the wind is blowing across the runway. I'll tell you what, the commander of that aeroplane put the plane down. It was shaking all over the place, but he got us down safely. It was a hell of a landing, to be honest. Players out there from the dressing room. I must say the pitch is looking in a fairly good nick. Buffalo City Stadium, I remember it from my days here when I went to school, born and bred in East London, and went to school at Cambridge High School. I remember coming here and watching teams like East London United and Lusitano, and teams like Arcadia Shepherds played here as well. I remember a chap by the name of Matthias, who popped up with East London United. He was known in those days, we're talking about the early 70s, for the master of the banana kick. Can you imagine? But these days, I suppose it's pretty common as far as football is concerned, all the little antics that the teams get up to. Chippa United making 2 changes tonight after coming back from that loss against Pirates 2 weeks ago. Sinan Ndlovu will pop up in the centre of defence in the place of Tabang Mawaloa, who's amongst the substitutes today for new coach Luke Amal, and Ayabule Konkobe will partner Sami Siyabi in the pocket for the Chile boys, hoping to break down the attacks from a very, very hard-running Orbit College side. Luke Amal, 65-year-old Belgian-born, former goalkeeper at his playing days, by the way, not unknown to the South African footballing context, having coached at Polokwane City, at Free State Stars, and at Lidododuva Black Leopards as well. First coaching job at the coast. Orbit College, winners of the promotional playoffs in the First Division last season. 6 changes made by Coach Bugiso Makoya, including the goalkeeper Sekowani Murani, who started all 5 matches up to now, but the Lesotho-born goalkeeper sits on the bench tonight and gives a debut to Sabelo Nkomo, the former Platinum City Rovers goalkeeper. Tusa Mololeke is in the lineup. So is Atiseng Batsi, who on the 27th of this month turns 43 years old. And I'll tell you what, so far this season, we've seen him a couple of times playing for 90 minutes. Absolutely incredible. Waikamochi Tibet is in the lineup, as is the Yanda Lukele. Ketlego Makubela from Sekakuni United gets his first start. He has played twice in the lineup for Orbit College from the bench, but he's going to be very important in the holding midfield. Our match referee from the Free State is Michael Mosemeng, with Johannesburg's Jimmy Gapol and Oscar Totetsi, both from Joburg, running the lines. Siklelo Velapi from East London is the 4th official, and Geronimo Pitt, a former referee in his own right from Port Elizabeth, is our match commissioner. Great to have you with us on our live streaming platform tonight. We're at the Buffalo City Stadium. If you go back to the 70s and 80s, known as the Border Rugby Union Fields, huge amount of history at this part of the world, and fabulous that Chippa United have opted to play. And we did hear or read a report in the press that Chippa United were going to play as many as 10 matches here. We can understand, I suppose, that the big matches against the teams like Mamelodi Sundowns, maybe Stellenbosch FC, certainly Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs will take place in Gqeberha, Port Elizabeth. But a fair amount of matches, 10 out of the 15 home games are going to be played right here in Mondi. So set to get underway. Round 6 of the Betway Premiership gets underway in East London. And immediately a touch for Giovanni Philander out on the right-hand side. I really do like the way he plays his football, Giovanni Philander. Chippa United playing in all red tonight. They'll attack the goal to the right-hand side of your screen. Orbit College in the all yellow will play from right to left during the course of the first half. And an early knock here for Sergio Camis, the right back. Former Ajax Cape Town, Cape Umoya and Cape Town All-Stars player at the age of 27. One of the few players that have started every match so far for Chippa United. So for that matter has the Nigerian goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali back from international duty, back from playing against South Africa, by the way, in Bloemfontein in that 1-1 draw in World Cup qualification. South Africa scoring first, and then the Nigerians coming up with that late goal there as well. It really is going to be an interesting one. First meeting, by the way, between these two sides. They've never met at any level of football, so it is going to be interesting to see how they come up with the goods tonight. Mabele with a good bit of intervention in the middle of the park for Orbit College. So in the first half, Orbit College playing with a rather strong breeze behind them. It's going to be interesting to see how Chippa United play this match tonight. And look how that ball just holds up in the middle of the park. Doesn't get anywhere near Philander. Although there is an attempt now to get the ball through to him by Justice Figueiredo. And I must say, a slightly different role for Justice Figueiredo tonight. The Eswatini-born winger normally plays a little bit wider than playing in the number 9 role, but he is the lone striker for Chippa United tonight. Support will come from the former Cape Town Spurs 24-year-old Kaya Mfekani. The only 2 goals that have been scored by Chippa United came from Mfekani. And the very first match scored against Mamelodi Sundowns in a home encounter down in Gqeberha. Picked up a Player of the Match award in that game too. A man who really has done well for Cape Town Spurs in the first division, but snapped up here by Chippa United after Cape Town Spurs were relegated from the first division to the ABC Motsepe League. Interesting stories coming through about Monopoulos Aleng and Letsia Kowapeng in the colours of Orbit College, neither of whom are here tonight. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as the game progresses. But yeah, no Saleng and no Kowapeng. Letsia Kowapeng also picked up a Player of the Match award in the win against Siwelele in round 2. While Orbit College find themselves in 15th position on the table, they have got that victory against Siwelele, the newcomers. Brought to status of Super Sports United, but you knew that. Away by Olowaleng Mokhosi. Nicely defended by Chippa United. This is Sergio Camis. Chippa United starting with that draw against Mamelodi Sundowns, and that in a home encounter, and there must have been so much anticipation for a really good season for Chippa United, who incidentally finished in 11th place in the Betway Premiership last season. And they met Durban City away, lost by a goal to 0, played against Teagues Galaxy at home, and were drilled 4 goals to 1. Giovanni just about taking advantage of a slip in defence from Orbit College. Sabelo Nkomo just getting there in enough time, the man on debut, but Giovanni Philander, it almost looked as if he'd started offside, the right winger. But I tell you what, the 25-year-old who played at Steenberg FC. You'll remember them for a single season in the first division, then played at FN Rangers in the amateur leagues in Gqeberha. Konkobe, important role for him to play in the pocket tonight. Layback from Tabangan Hlapo. Nice header away by Fasika Idumba. 23 times he played for Cape Town City in the regular season in the previous campaign before Cape Town City were relegated through the promotional playoffs, along with Orbit College, for instance, and Keswick Stars. A couple of former Cape Town City players in the lineup here for Chippa United, including their reserve goalkeeper, Elson Sitole, who only played once off the bench for Cape Town City in the previous campaign. There is Luke Amal. I remember him winning the 2018 Nedbank Cup final with a win over Maritzburg United by 1-0 when he was with Lidoda Duva, beg your pardon, he was with Free State Stars, Ela Koto. Did pop up at Lidoda Duva in the 2019-20 season, and before that with Polokwane City in 2016-17. So he has been around South Africa, mostly up in the northern half of South Africa. Some pressure being exerted by Orbit College with Atisang Batsi. As we said, 27 years old he'll turn, beg your pardon, 43 years old he'll turn on the 27th of this month. Space for Lokele, dangerous man with the 1 goal that he's scored so far this season. Again, it's Atisang Batsi. Played in Botswana with Jwaneng before signing with Orbit College. Really doing rather nicely at the moment. Some good possession being held by Orbit College at the moment, and suddenly a bit of space in the middle of the park as well. Not a great first touch though by Moy Kumetsi Tipeti, and away comes Chippa United on the counter. Konkobe not able to hold on to the ball, and I must say you don't want to have Konkobe too close to your penalty area. He does possess a rather venomous right boot. Stanley Mabali, 29-year-old Nigerian international goalkeeper. Played at Katsina United before signing with Chippa United a couple of seasons ago. Had an absolutely fabulous African Cup of Nations the last time it has played in the Ivory Coast, and no doubt will be a lead player in the AFCON that will start in Morocco come the middle of December this year. Sergio Cummings caught in possession by Letoba Modiomeng. Modiomeng not able to thread the iron needle. Cummings tidies up nicely. Philander not able to make a run. Nice header back though by Tabangan Hlapo. Hlapo got to be careful with the man on his back, and it's a nice turn away from Justice Figueiredo from the centre back. So far, rather an even Stevens opening couple of minutes here in East London. This is Sian Ndlovu. Played at TX Galaxy before being released by the Rockets, and was picked up by then the newcomers in the First Division, Kruger United, who were promoted along with Highbury a couple of seasons ago. Finds his way back into the Premiership and a trip down to the coast as well does Sian Ndlovu. Strong challenge by Ndlovu once again, forward by Sergio Cummings. No run from Philander, he's left it a little on the late side, and Sapela Nkomo plays keeper sweeper. Kept in play by Letaba Modimoweng. Another play, and one can understand why he would be wearing gloves on a really cold night. Lots of skill shown by Kaya Mfekani. First time we've seen him in action. He's been put under a bit of pressure by the left back, Tulani Jingana. Clearance from Tabangan Hlapo. Have to be watchful here because of the presence of Ayanda Lukele and a keeper sweeper at both ends of the field. Sabella Nkomo a few moments ago, now by Stanley Mabali. It's Going to be interesting to see how Orbit College deal with the wind, particularly when they're playing into it during the second half. And sometimes the footballing gods or the weather gods can be a little on the cruel side. So maybe Orbit College have the better of possession. They have more of the advantage from the wind in the first half, and then suddenly in the second half the wind dies down altogether, and Chippa United, anticipating that advantage for the second half, don't come up with it at all. Stalin Rubali under pressure from Lukele, saves nicely. Philander, it's a lovely ball up towards Figueiredo. Figueiredo man and ball at the same time, and Klapo trying to tag the Eswatini striker. Coach Bukisa Makoye, second in the Motsepe Foundation Championship last season. Durban City winning the National First Division, their very first time of asking after changing their name and changing cities from Maritzburg United and Maritzburg to Chatsworth Stadium. Foul play by Fasika Idumba, born in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Forward by Getlechom Kabela. Nicely waiting for it as well is Lukele. Some nice possession from Orbit College and doing the right thing as well, I think, by keeping the ball on the ground. I don't think we're going to see a great deal of aerial ball tonight from either one of these two sides, taking the windy conditions into consideration. Although looking out the Combox window, I can see that the corner flags are a little bit static at the moment, so maybe the weather conditions are improving. Tuesday night in East London, Betway Premiership action, round 6. Just one result coming through from the weak Mamelodi Sundowns beating Magesi FC by 3-0. Rangers grabbing a brace there, picking up the Player of the Match award, and Letlaku opened the scoring before Rangers completed his brace in that encounter. Magesi then down to 14th position. Philander. Bit of a dummy pass in there towards Sami Siyabi, man who signed from Polokwane City. Played at Sekhukhune United and Mamelodi Sundowns. Sami Siyabi found it a little bit difficult to really establish himself and find a home, because he only played 5 times in the season in the previous campaign, and he's already played 5 times this season, so making his 5th start. He's played once off the bench as well as Sami Siyabi this season. Or a couple of other matches taking place tonight. Durban City hosting Siwilele. Siwilele, as you know, having bought the status of a Super Sport United. And Durban City winning the Motsepe Foundation Championship, the first division. The other match, Chiefs against Sekhukhune United, which at the moment is level at 1-1. Opportunity here for Orbit College with Atisang Batsi. Bradley Krobler opened the scoring for Sekhukhune United with the goal in just the 5th minute, and he's been banging in goals all over the place as the former Super Sport United goal scorer, and really has been in terrific form this season. And chatted to him a few times, and he said that he's been given the freedom to play attacking, attractive football, and that's exactly what he's been able to benefit from so far, and I hope it continues. Right-sided fullback Katekom Kapela. Slowly but surely, one feels that Orbit College are starting to just assert themselves and play a bit more decent football here. Bradley Krobler equalising the 3 Premier League goals that Ikram Reyners has scored for Mamelodi Sundowns. He's got 3 for Sekhukhune United, 5 in total with the 2 goals in the MTN 8. With Reyners, he's the leading goal scorer in all competitions with 6, 3 in the MTN 8 and 3 in the Betway Premiership so far. 1-1 in that match. Nothing in the Durban City Sibulele match and nothing in this one either. Look how Figueiredo is able to hold off Olawaleng Mokhosi. Injury there to Olawaleng. Third appearance in the starting lineup for Orbit College. There are some supporters here, not as many as we would have anticipated. Certainly, if one of the, with all due respect to Orbit College, bigger sides had come down here to East London, there might have been a little bit more interest in this game. But yeah, the weather conditions not conducive to having full grandstands, that's for sure. Fasika with a nice touch. Not too great a distribution. Tusa Molileki lays it back for Orbit College. Away by Chippa. Orbit College really starting to settle down here in East London and enjoy some time on the ball. And looking out the combox window, Luke Emal's cutting a rather frustrated looking figure. Good defending by Mkabela. And Como. Nice turn from Mokhosi. And opens up the game nicely. Good touch in the middle as well for Molileki. And Orbit College on the move at the moment. Shurjit Cummings over his own goalkeeper. Trouble for Chippa United. And cleared off the line behind a stranded Stanley Nwabali. Great work done by Sian Ndlovu. That was an anxious moment. Well, dinking the ball over his own goalkeeper, and unfortunately Letabo Modimaweng wasn't quick enough to benefit from that situation. Best chance for Orbit College so far. First corner kick of the match too. Fasika on the line, and Robali trying to make sure he has enough protection. Kharin Kami Modise, the left-sided fullback, picking up on the striker. That's a much more comfortable effort from the Nigerian goalkeeper. Would have been a scary moment for Luke Emal. He did say to me that he's only been in charge of the one match for Chippa United. It was a 3-0 loss against the Orlando Pirates in Gqeberha. So he's not responsible for the other results that haven't failed to impress so far for the Chile boys. But they have made some decent signings, and if you have a look at the new players that they have signed, not Sergio Cummings here, but certainly Justice Figueiredo is one of them. I'll go through some of the players that Chippa United have signed. So Milan Santwana, also from Richards Bay FC, one of those that has been signed. Tulani Mini from Stellenbosch FC. We've got Ruzay Khamaldin, who played for Durban City in that first division success. A foul on Mfakani. Referee making sure that the player's okay. Man and ball at the same time. Mfakani had his back into the midfield and was caught by Molileki. He's still limping a little bit, is Kaya. Finding a new home at Chippa United. Giovanni Philander, either him or Khadim Khani Modise. One right-footed option, one left. Philander around the edge of the wall. Good defense from Orbit College. Nice work done by the left back, Tulani Jinkana. to get a bit of a wriggle on, did Chingana, but got there in front of Giovanni Philander. Ball into the middle, headed away by Orbit College. Second bite of the cherry for Mokhosi. Now they have numbers forward. Modimueng goes on a bit of a run. There was a deflection away by Chippa United. Philander. Nice little turn inside from Philander. Ball headed away. Mfekani! And Komos somehow saves the day. Got a goal written all over it, and Mfekani nearly on duty for the third time this season. Both sides have had an opportunity in the opening 20 minutes of this Betway Premiership encounter. Scored against Mamelodi Sundowns, scored against the Rockets Teagues Galaxy. His last goal coming against the Rockets on the 19th of August. Very, very nearly to slot the ball past Sabelo and Como, who just put everything he could on the line. Touchdown for Sibulela Mabele. Como has to come and intervene, and in the meantime, a couple of the Orbit College players falling all over each other inside of that penalty area. And one of them, this man, Tabang Nklapo, but no damage done, as Como on debut knocks the ball away. And he's going to have to put up, I would imagine, a good performance tonight to keep the Lesotho-born Sekawani Murani, who was a regular between the posts in the Motsepe Foundation Championship last season. And so far this season, it started 5 matches, but left out of the starting lineup tonight against Chippa United. Curious as well, because Sekawani Murani, who used to play at the Lesotho Mounted Police Services, turns 28 on Thursday, just in a couple of days' time, and left out of the starting lineup. A bit animation from Pukisa Mokoye. Incredible how cold it is outside. I'm sure the players would have warmed up enough now to have dealt with the weather conditions. Sergio Kamis gets rid of Ayanda Lukele. Sienon Glovu. Should be easy for Mokhosi. Is easy for Mokhosi. Moluleki nearly gets player in man at the same time. Moluleki's done rather nicely here, and he's able to find a teammate as well. Space for a shot by Mapele. Mapele! Well, there might have been an idea to look for either the top left or top right-hand corner. I think the top left-hand corner of Mbabali's goal might have been the target, but a bit of a miscue from Mapele. Oh, chase on for Figueiredo once again, and the keeper again has to come off his line and cover in a keeper sweeper role. Sabelo and Como has done nicely tonight, and he's made 3 of those interventions already, and we're only halfway through the first half. And what about that save from Kayam Fekani as well? Sergio Kamis waiting for the players to get organised from a Chippa United point of view. Lobs in the long throw, need a flick on there, doesn't get the flick on, cleared by Tibedi, who turns 28 years old today, by the way. A couple of birthdays in the camp of Orbit College. Look where Stanley Mbabali finds himself, and that had trouble written all over it. There's been a big collision in the middle of the park as well with an Orbit College player, and Mbabali offers his apology. I'm not sure that Atisang Batsi is too keen to accept the apology, and the referee, Mr. Michael Mosemeng from the Free State, ushers the big Nigerian away from the danger zone. He's still pleading his innocence here, alongside of Ayubelela Konkobe. Came off his line a long, long way, Stanley Mbabali, and his eyes were only on the ball, to be honest. I don't think there's any meaning whatsoever from Stanley Mbabali to cause injury. He came out and he had his eyes on the aerial ball clattered into it, headed it away from the danger zone. Yeah, and Orbit College have a player that's picked up a knock in the process. See, he comes into the play with only one intent, and that's to clear the ball. And that's exactly what he's done. Unfortunately, there is reciprocal damage. He certainly seems to feel bad about it, does Stanley Nwabali. Yeah, it was a hard contact that was made, and being a goalkeeper, he jumped up and made contact aerially with the ball and knocked it away from the danger zone, but knocked his opponent down at the same time. Luke Amol still yelling instructions onto the pitch. Christian's always asked how long coaches are likely to last at the Chile Boys, but nice to see that the player is back on his feet. Modimo Weng, it looks like there's going to be a yellow card that's going to be given to Stanley Nwabali. He's pleading his innocence, and yeah, I'm not sure that the goalkeeper deserves that yellow card, in my opinion. I think he came out, he had his eyes on the ball, he cleared the danger, clattered into an opponent, but nothing untoward whatsoever. Not intentionally anyway. First yellow card of the match then to Stanley Nwabali. Won't be the first or last that he's earned in his life. Man back on his feet is Moikomotsi Tibeti. And so for that matter, Letaba Modimo Weng. You can see the wind fluttering in the back of the jerseys of Tibeti and Batsi. Still blowing behind Orbit College in the first half. 26 minutes played in East London. Chippa United 0, Orbit College 0. Both sides have had opportunities. And Stanley Nwabali has been mighty adventurous so far. Twice he's been caught off his line. Nearly an own goal from Sergio Kamis a few minutes ago, and now that clatter in the middle of the park had earned him a yellow card. Little touch here from Tibeti. Nicely knocked away by Sian Ndlovu. Good match so far for the centre-back. Second corner for Orbit College. Ball bouncing a little bit loose inside that penalty area. Finally, a Chippa United player does get a boot on it, but it's a very much a defensive situation for Chippa United at the moment, with Orbit College really applying pressure rather nicely from either flank. Forward now by Sabelo and Como, must be growing in confidence. Flick on from Modimo Weng. Easy for Sergio Kamis. A touch in there as well from Sami Siyabi. Also settling down into the colours of the Chile Boys and learning the process and how they fit their side together. Philander not able to make any way through, and I really am liking the work that's been done by Olowoleng Mokhosi in the centre-back position. Strong challenge again by Sian Ndlovu. All over the back there of Yandi Lukele. Lukele having a good match for Orbit College as well. He has the Modimo Weng, can't thread the Ivan needle. Good work done again by Sami Siyabi. Now Kolani Sitole sucks up 3 players and then goes on the attack himself. Kolani Sitole! Good save, and Como. First corner for Chippa United, and great work done by Chippa United. Olani Sitole getting the attentions of 3 Orbit College midfielders, delivers the ball on the inside and then takes off like a hare down the right-hand side. Nearly benefits from it as well as he tests Nkomo. Low flat delivery, the strong header past the upright by Justice Figueiredo. And with both sides asking questions the way they have been in the opening half an hour, it's not beyond the possibilities that we'd have a goal in this encounter. Both Chippa United and Albert College have scored only 2 goals. Albert College have conceded 8, and Chippa United have conceded 2 more than that as well. Colin Sitole left on the seat of his pants, and Philander left it to do the tidying up. Nicely away by Mutise, former SuperSport United player. Oh, it's lovely work by Kayam Fekane. Sitole denied by Modi Mweng, who comes back to act almost as the left-sided fullback, and that's great work done by the striker. Now Lukele. A little chip inside, very nice first touch as well. Albert College really putting pressure on Sergio Kamis, and that combination of Modi Mweng and Lukele looks as if it could pay off for Albert College. Not a great touch by Philander. Idumba tidying up a little mess there. Chippa United with nearly double the amount of passes completed and a greater pass accuracy rate as well. Rather disappointing. Less than 60% pass accuracy rate by Albert College. Half an hour played in East London, 0-0. Clearance from Albert College. Tulani Jingana. Kanikami Modize, 26-year-old. Played at Maritzburg United and then JDR Stars in the First Division. JDR Stars no longer a club in the First Division. There's been so many changes in South African football as far as status, purchase, buying and selling is concerned. No JDR Stars, no Pretoria Callies, no SuperSport United, all from the Tshwane area. We do have new sides like Leicesterford City. And while there was Larumo United, let's have a look at this though. Lukele is offside. While there was Larumo United in the First Division, who were relegated at the end of last season with Cape Town Spurs, there's now a Larumo Lions from Rustenburg. There's a Gomora United from the Gauteng ABC Motsepe League. There's also Cape Town City, who were relegated through the playoffs. No Royal AM because they were expelled from the league. It did allow a couple more sides to be signed, though, from the ABC Motsepe League. So an interesting basket of teams in the First Division. Both of these teams have been in the First Division. Albert College most recently has come into the playoffs, and Chippa United won the First Division in 2013-14 season. It was their 12th campaign in the Premier League. Nicely forward again by Mulileki. Atasang Batsi. Space on the overlap. It's good play as well. The tall goalkeeper is Bobali, not troubled by the presence of Lukele. Mudise for Chippa United. Fasika. Sergio Kamis. It's incredible the players that have been released by Chippa United. We've spoken about some of those that have been purchased, but there have been a couple of the stalwarts from the past that have been released. And one of those, Craig Martin, Justice Chabalala, has been released as well. Ndile Jali, not part of the squad anymore. Baraka Majogorogoro from Tanzania. Apelele Teto was also left and went back to Livingston FC in Scotland. Oh, ball bounces kindly for Albert College, and then a swing at the ball from Sami Siyabi. Played for some big clubs, Sami Siyabi, Sekhukhune United and Mamelodi Sundowns, and Polokwane City, who made the top 8 last season too. So far, no goals in East London. Last time we looked, there were no goals coming from the Chatsworth Stadium either, where Durban City play against Siwilele. 1 goal apiece, Kaizer Chiefs and Sekhukhune United. We know that Krobler scored for Sekhukhune United. We heard that Silva scored the equaliser for Kaizer Chiefs. And being a central defender, one would think that's come from a set piece. In the meantime, Kas Konkobe, he spoke about his danger up front. Philander, little turn on the inside from the 25-year-old. Konkobe has dropped back to help him. This is Modise's ball, down by Kolani. Now Sammy Siyabi with a little stab forward. Numbers forward here for Chippa United, including this man, Sergio Kamis. Lovely little ball from Kamis. Tries to dummy past Jingana again. Orbit College win the throw-in. Some of the fans already calling for substitutions in front of us. Sinan Glover with a good header. Nice second ball for Sammy Siyabi. Giovanni Philander. Modise. Well, they're all lining up to have a shot. Deflection! Goal scored by Kolani Sithole. And almost a celebration worthy of the leading goal scorer of the Betway Premiership from Mamelodi Sundowns. As it goes to the corner post and celebrates the opening goal. It's taken 36 minutes. Good play again, and he orchestrated it. Did Kolani Sithole. To be honest, there was a big deflection. First goal of the season, and first player either than Kayam Fekani to score a goal. Will it be given as an own goal? Is it going to be given to Kolani Sithole? It did threaten a little bit earlier on. Lovely play from Chippa United. Just look at the space they were given. Khanikami Modise. But look how badly the defence is organised. That took a big deflection of Tolani Jingana. So, yeah, either an own goal to Jingana, or that is a goal for Kolani Sithole. Whatever the case, no chance for Sabelo Nkomo, who gets beaten on debut. Nine minutes before half-time. Chippa United lead by 1-0. 26-year-old Kolani Sithole starting for the 5th time tonight. He's played once off the bench as well. Beneficiary of playing at Elakoto Free State Stars before they were sold to Casric Stars. Played it at Kwamahlanga as well before moving to Utongati. And then picked up a patch. There's Mfekani. Little layback from Mfekani. Philander! It's not good enough, sir. Lying over backwards and just flashing at the ball. Great play by Kayam Fekani, and suddenly Chippa United are starting to find space. Again, not great defending from Tabang and Klapo. And Fekani kept the ball in play beautifully. Nicely chested down by Philander, and I reckon that if he'd looked up, there was a little pass to the inside where he might have found Justice Figueiredo on his right shoulder. Striker's instincts come into play rather nicely, don't they, though? Chippa United, with only their 3rd goal of the season, I can tell you a win for Chippa United today will have Orbit College at the bottom of the table, and Magesi FC, who will be into the playoff position, and Chippa United will be in 14th place and out of the relegation zone. A couple of good touches from Mapele. Knocked away by Fasika. Fasika again, angled header that Kamis will deal with nicely. Konkobe been caught by a stray boot, but still gets the ball away to Sergio Kamis. Nice header cleared by Nhlapo. Second ball to Mfekani, who's having his jersey tugged all over the place by Atisang Batsi, and the home fans not happy with that. Nice little pirouette there as well from Mapele. Atisang Batsi. Moleleki. Batsi is such an incredible link player. 42 years old and 2 weeks short of his 43rd birthday, Atisang Batsi. It's a free kick for the veteran. Two-man wall in Modise and Philander, both playing on that left-hand side at the moment. Oh, ball headed towards goal and deflected away for a corner to Orbit College. And I love the little angled run there, and it almost looked as if it was Olawaleng Mokhosi that made the run. And it is Mokhosi that's positioned himself on the near post, close to where the corner is about to be taken. Big header away by Sienan Glovu this time. Tiberi. Oh, a mistake in defence. We've seen mistakes in defence being punished already, and the man who scored the goal, courtesy of a deflection, Sitole, very nearly causes big heaps of problem for Chippa United as we head into the 41st minutes of this match. 5 minutes in stoppage time away from half-time in East London. A blustery, bitterly cold evening, and we do feel for our camera personnel that have to stand and bear the cold. If the wind's blowing into your face, I suppose it's one thing. You can probably getting the disadvantage of catching it in both ears, but the cameraman on the halfway line, the wind's blowing straight into his right ear, and he won't be able to change that for the second half either, unlike the players who would be playing in a different direction. Konkobe loses out to Atisang Batsi. Chase for Philander. Moleleki back to Batsi. Tibedi waiting in the middle. This man's had a good match tonight. Mokhosi. Philander. Figueiredo puts on the afterburners, and Como thinks about coming off his line. Oh, all sorts of mayhem in that penalty area. And still choosing to dribble your way out of the danger zone, Orbit College. My word. That's brave from Olawaleng Mokhosi. Batsi. Tibeti surely will have a shot. He doesn't. Fasika tidies up. He's definitely offside, Figueiredo. Both sides have been offside just once in the match so far. Near side assistant referee, by the way, is Jimmy Chapola from Joburg. Have a look at this again. Figueiredo at full pace. The keeper makes a complete hash of it. The centre-back makes a complete hash of it. And Mokhosi says, I've got this. Did he have it? Well, I'll tell you what, Kolani Sitole, if he'd been a little bit more vigilant, might have had it. And that was very nearly a good opportunity again for Letaba Modiamoweng. Figueiredo dispossessed on the halfway line. Orbit College going for broke here after having gone behind. And that's a little bit of a miss from Tulani Jingana. Expecting a run from Letaba Modimoweng. Yeah, he's asking a question of the player the ball was aimed toward as to why he held up the run. Sergio Kamis. Senan Glovu. And Babali pointing in the direction of Fasika. Modise. Nice little cut inside from Modise as he gets rid of Lukele. Now it's Giovanni Philander. He's trying to switch play back over onto the right-hand side of attack. Philander does so with Sergio Kamis. Nice little run through the middle by Kayam Fekani. Sitole. Held onto the ball nicely has Sitole. Really forceful play by Orbit College. And there's more of it. Oh, and a little nearly a retaliation as well from Letaba Modimoweng. Sergio Kamis just about the victim of a little bit of over-enthusiasm from the Orbit College attacker. Looking at just diving into the challenge without any purpose of getting the ball even. Letaba Modimoweng, a free kick to Chippa United. Sienan Glovu. Philander loses out to Mokhosi. In fact, it wasn't Mokhosi, it was Mkabela. Final minute of regulation time at Buffalo City Stadium. We're in East London tonight for Betway Premiership action, live on your DSTV live streaming app. Fasika Idumba, Konkobe, nice control from him as Mkabela backed off for a moment. Still Konkobe. They win the throw-in as well to Chippa United. The way things stand at the moment between Sekhukhune United and Kaizer Chiefs, they'll both join Mamelodi Sundowns on 14 points near the top of the table, but Sundowns have a better goal difference. As far as these two teams are concerned, at the bottom of the table, Chippa United only 1 point in the entire season so far, 2 points behind Orbit College, 2 points behind Magesi, will move up to level with Stellenbosch FC, Richards Bay FC and Siwelele. Here the Durban City are leading over Siwelele by a goal to nil. That's good for Gavin Hunt. And this is Figueiredo looking for Sithole. 2 minutes added on to the end of the half, by the way. Goals in every match so far. 3 of the home sides have goals. Durban City, Chippa United and Amakosi Kaizer Chiefs. So Sekhukhune United have that away goal through Grobler. Sergio Camis away. Nice ball inside by Tipeti. Chase on here from Ayubelele Konkobe. No foul, says the referee. Orbit College play on. Good work done here by Mabele. Batsy. Away by Sergio Camis. Fasika clears. Again Orbit College. Have second ball with Atisang. Still 35 seconds away from half-time here in East London. Drops the shoulder, tries to sell a dubby, does Atisang Batsy. Gets a second bite of the cherry as well. Past Giovanni Philander. There's really an opportunity. Nicely laid back by Molileki. Space for the shot, he needs to take it quickly, Tipeti. Somehow, Chippa United survive a bit of a scary moment. The persistence from Orbit College is incredible. Here's Jingana. Jingana again. Pull the trigger, he has to, surely. Deflection comes off Sian and Glovu, but easily poached by Stanley and Wabali. So much activity before half-line. That's come to an end now because the referee's at the mouth of Michael Mosemeng. Well, both sides had opportunity. Stanley Wabali was caught out of position on a couple of occasions. Sabela Nkomo had to save with his legs on a few occasions, and he was also caught out of position once or twice. But sooner or later, a goal had to come, and Chippa United benefited from that. Kolani Sithole getting himself into a good position. The goal took a big deflection off Tulani Jingana, found the back of the net through Sabela Nkomo, and Chippa United have the lead. Kolani Sithole given the goal 9 minutes before half-time. Chippa United lead over Orbit College in East London by a goal to nil. Oslo City Stadium. We are in East London tonight for Betway Premiership action in round 6. Chippa United leading by a 1-0 at half-time. Opposition is Orbit College from Rustenburg, the side that won their place in the Betway Premiership last season after going through the promotional playoffs. The promotional playoff system in action for the past 14 years, and Orbit College making it 7 teams that have qualified for the Betway Premiership via the playoff route. 7 times, 2 teams from the Motsepe Foundation Championship then promoted to the Betway Premiership, and 2 teams relegated. Cape Town City relegated and Royal AM expelled from the league. Orbit College trailing by a 0-0. There might have been a little bit of good fortune in the goal that was scored by Chippa United, but they were applying pressure at the time, and Tulani Sitoli had, just prior to him getting that deflected goal off Tulani Jingana, had made a few very integral runs on the right hand side. This time he played a little bit more down the middle, gave himself space, opened up his body and angled the left-footed shot just inside the right-hand upright of the goal of Sabelo and Como. It took a deflection which helped matters altogether for Chippa United, and they lead at half-time to the home side by a 0-0. May I remind you that this is the first ever meeting between the two sides as Orbit College get us underway for the second half of this Betway Premiership encounter. Great to have you with us on our live streaming platform on DSTV tonight. Sami Siyabi with a header as Chippa United, all in red, will attack the goal to the left-hand side of your screen. Orbit College in the all yellow then will play from left to right during the course of the second 45. Work to be done by Orbit College, but they did show that they could put Chippa United under pressure, and we certainly saw from a Chippa United point of view had to do a spotted defending. What about that nearly owned goal from Sergio Kamis, who chipped his own goalkeeper in Mbabali, and the ball had to be cleared off the line by Sian Ndlovu, who's had a good match tonight so far. And Ndlovu being called into action as well. A bit of a high boot, I thought, there from Kharin Kame Modise. Sami Siyabi in the midfield, tidying up behind Ayubulela Konkobe. So allowing Konkobe to move a little bit further forward, and Siyabi then plays in the pockets. A little bit more attacking formation from Chippa United when we saw Konkobe starting to push a little bit further forward in his combination with Sami Siyabi in the central midfield for Chippa. Either side making changes at half-time. Luke Amal, new coach of Chippa United. Kogiso Makoye, long-time coach of Orbit College. We really haven't had the longest of histories so far as the team in the professional ranks of South African football is concerned. In fact, the winners of the Northwest stream of the ABC Motsepe League only in 22-23, and an opportunity almost immediately for Chippa United. And if there was somebody on the left-hand side where Philander was normally playing, there might have been an opportunity for Chippa. Lukele, good first touch. Fasika Bidumba is in a good position as well, follows through with a tackle, and the referee blows in favour of Orbit College, and the man from the Congo goes down on his knees pleading to the referee for a bit of clemency, as Lukele is the man who's gone down. It's going to be a free kick for Orbit College. Have a look at this incident again. The ball comes off for Sika, and then attempting to clear, his follow-through certainly catches Lukele. Still feeling a little bit hard done by. He's the 26-year-old. Free kick opportunity right at the start of the second half, but we're going to have to have a little bit of a break in play. The referee just having a chat to the Congolese centre-back, former Cape Town City man. Fasika Dumba, 23 times he played for Cape Town City last season. Good signing for the Chile boys. Looks like the injury to the striker Yanda Lukele is being run off at the moment. free kick about to be set up by his teammates. 3 losses in a row for Auburn College after the win against Siwilele with Koa Peng's goal. I'll tell you about Koa Peng in a moment. This is Atisang Batsi. Is he going to be the veteran to take the shot, or are we going to see something a little different? Something different through the wall. That's too easy for an experienced goalkeeper like Stanley Mababali. Tipeti not able to test the Nigerian. Luke Amal standing hands in pockets. Side have that slender lead, and there's nothing more that he would want than to retain that, improve upon it. 3 points, such a crucial thing, especially when you're playing at home, as the matches are going to come thick and fast in the next little while until we have that mid-September break. Again, it's going to be an interesting one. Mid-October, I beg your pardon, for World Cup qualification. That's after the 17th of October, so a couple of matches to play. About 5 matches, which will give us 10 matches and a third of the way through the season before the start of the second international break and the final matches to be played in World Cup qualification around the world. Don't forget the FIFA World Cup finals taking place in the United States, Mexico and Canada in 2026 in a expanded World Cup finals in which 9 African sides will qualify. And South Africa on their way. They just need 1 single point from 2 matches. 1 against Rwanda, 1 against Zimbabwe to qualify ahead of Nigeria, who are in second place at the moment, but 6 points behind Bafana Bafana. And good work done again by Helman Mkalele and Mr. Bruce. Philander comes off his back more than anything else. A little chase on for Justice Figueiredo, who's had a good match tonight so far. Opening 6 minutes of the second half have shown that it's Chippa United who are throwing everything into the mix to try and grab that second goal. We know how important a second goal can be. We know also how fragile that second goal can be. Lead by 2-0. We've spoken about it so often. It does open a door for the opposition to fight back, because you can feel as if you're comfortable at leading by 2-0, and suddenly the opposition scores a goal, and you're looking backward instead of pushing forward. Fasika picks out Sabelo and Como. A little bit of hesitance in defence. Eventually the ball finds Moleleki though. Nice little dig forward by Nkabela. Cut out by Ndlovu. Moleleki. Semi Siabi's done a brilliant job. Nice first touch from Justice Figueiredo. This is the goal scorer, Molani Sithole. Figueiredo's gone on a run. That's headed towards Giovanni Philander. Not too much danger there as Mohosi tidies up, and they push again with Philander. Work to be done by Nkomo. Decides to dribble the 25-year-old winger. He's dropped back onto the right-hand side for Chippa United in the second half. Some good skill from Philander. Pick up from Justice Figueiredo. Facing the wrong way though is the former Richards Bay FC Eswatini-born striker come winger. Khadinkame Modise can't reach Philander. So far the opening 7 minutes of the second half have been dominated possession-wise by Chippa United. Haven't seen too much action from Nkomo, although he has intervened somewhat. I don't say there were saves directly. Modise with a dink this time, looking to release Konkobe. Ndlovu. Semi Siabi taps down. Modise clears. Giovanni back on the left-hand side now, and Mfekani battling away. I think that's a foul on Mohosi. Mfekani's had a couple of good touches. I don't think he's been quite as consistent as Luke Aylmer would like him to be, but the contribution he made leading up to the goal scored by Sitole was impressive. Sammy Siabi clears, growing in confidence in the colours of the red of the Chile boys. And Fekane holds off a challenge beautifully. It's too far away from Figueiredo. Trying to get back straight away, Modi Moeng. He's got Sergio Camis for company. Well, it's a lovely couple of touches from Chippa United, but now they lose possession. This is Molileki. Looked one way, past the other. Atisang Batsi. Lukele. Nice touch from him, Kabela. And Kabela again. Nice little first touch from him, and now an opportunity for Tipeti. Yeah, just played it in behind his fellow attackers. Forward by Philander. Chases on for Nklapo. Good passage of play now. They've soaked up pressure for the early stage of the second half, and now Albert College starting to show some skill as well with Molileki. Judging by that body language, there's some confidence in what Ebuhisa Makoya is seeing out in the middle of the park, and I think Kame Modisa has to scrape himself off the lush turf here at the Buffalo City Stadium. Molileki, forward by Mokosi. Mokosi with another bite of the cherry, too strong though. They are creating some moments, our Albert College. Haven't yet seen this man tested. Captain of Chippa United tonight, Stanley Mbabali. Long ball is too far away from Kayan Fekani. This is Batsi. Mokosi. Easily away by Modise. A little flick inside from Figueiredo and Fekane. Caught by Mokosi. It's a really nice piece of defending from Olowacheng. Albert College playing into the stiff breeze during the second half of this one and keeping the ball on the ground and really looking very good for it at the moment. And maybe playing a little bit too quickly. There's a man down, and that's why the ball was played off the field by Khadinkami Modise. Might be Kayam Fekani. It is the former Spurs man who's got a bit of a knock. Yeah, that right angle bearing the brunt of the challenge from Olowaleng Mokosi. Haven't seen Luke Amal look towards his substitutes yet, but there are a couple of change players that are warming up behind the goal of Albert College. Let's see who might be introduced as an attacking midfielder. You have Benelech Klope, the newly signed 24-year-old from JDR Stars. He's an attacking midfielder. You've got an attacking midfielder in Zola Tobeni as well. Another former JDR Stars player. It doesn't look good for Kayam Fekani. See, man and ball at the same time, and that challenge, well, it wasn't over the top. So the ball making more of a contact with the ankle of Kayam Fekani from Olowaleng Mokosi. Play continues in the meantime. This is Molileki. Goes one way, cuts in the other. Fasika done. Space in the middle of the park. Cleared by Konkobe. Stunning delivery in defence by the Chippa United midfielder. Just for a moment, arguing amongst each other, Chippa United players. Stanley Mubali comes out and asks everybody to calm the heck down. Moleleke crossing one way and then the other. It's a really good ball that he played in there as well. And Konkobe coming back to defend against Modimoeng. Really, really quality piece of defending from Konkobe. Substitution time for Orbit College. They're going to bring on Khomele Makoto, former Orlando Pirates junior. He's going to come on for Letabo Modimoeng. Give me a change for Chippa United as well, who's still playing without the injured Mfekani. I thought Modimoeng put in some good moments in his shift for Orbit College today, but some fresh legs and maybe some fresh ideas required by coach. And still Chippa United playing with 10 players at the moment and playing without Kayam Fekani, who continues to receive medical attention on the pitch outside of the field of play. We've reached an hour mark in East London. Chippa United lead Orbit College by 1-0. And still, Chippa United playing with 10 players. The Chile boys have a free kick. And finally, I think the substitution's going to be made. Goodman Mosele. He's been with Pirates, he's been with Baroka, been with Chippa United, moved back to Pirates, and he played 6 times for Orlando Pirates before moving back to Chippa United last season. Comes on here for Kayam Fekani, gets a warm reception as well. Good save required by Sabelo Nkomo. Well, he has really been tested on debut here, has this man. Lovely delivery from the free kick, and that header needed some saving. The crossbar helped matters as well as far as Orbit College are concerned. Really good header from Sami Siabi. They'll have a corner here. Will the home side towards the near post, headed off the line by Orbit College. Back in it comes, space at the back post for Fasika Idumba, and he should have done better. The Congolese centre-back got himself into a beautiful position to the 26-year-old. Sekhukhune United giving Amakosi a hard time at the FNB Stadium. Grobler scores just after half-time to make it 2-1. There's another goal that's come, 3-1 for Kaizer Chiefs, and yeah, that'll beg your pardon, 3-1 for Sekhukhune United, which will have them on 16 points and back at the top of the table. 5 weeks played in the Betway Premiership. 3 sides have been on top of the table. Siwelele and Durban City on debut in the Betway Premiership have been on top each for a week. Eric Tinkler's Sekhukhune United have been on top for 3 weeks. Away by Sergio Camis. Chippa United looking to get off the bottom of the table here tonight in this bottom of the table clash. Batsi. Nice turn from Tibedi, but in the wrong direction. I suppose you've got to build somehow, and that's what he's done. Good header away by Dumba, under pressure from Lukele. Good header away by Goodman Mosele. Not as an attacking player as what Kayam Fekani is, so we expected Kolani Sitole to play much more of an attacking role, maybe Ayubile Konkobe even further forward than we've seen him before. And certainly Justice Figueiredo will be forward, where We'll have Giovanni Philander playing forward as well for Chippa United. And Goodman Mosele will drop into the pocket along with Sami Siyabi. Continues to have a good game. Forward by Nkomo. Lukele. Somehow, not that spectacularly or that effectively cleared by Sianan Glovu. These little moments can open the door for an attack by the opposition, and that's exactly what Mkabela is trying to do. Wide by the veteran Atisan Batsi. Tidied up by Jingana. This is Mokhosi. Orbit College still trying to drive the agenda inside the half of Chippa United. It's the only way they can come up with this. Nice touch in the middle of the park, though. Well, initially it was from Sami Siyabi, but then he goes and gives possession away. Moleleki with a shot that had the attentions of Mbobali. He's had a good match tonight. On the right-hand side has Atusa Moleleki, product of Free State Stars and signed at Orbit College, played a bit at Orlando Pirates as well. Third appearance of the season for Orbit College is proving to be a good one. The way things are going at the moment, Orbit College, 4 losses in a row and to the bottom of the Betway Premiership for Chippa United, climbing 2 places above Orbit College and above Magesi FC, and as we said, level on points with Sibwelele United, Richards Bay FC and Stellenbosch FC, who still have matches to play. Lukele's been a busy man tonight. Goodman Mosele picks up possession. It'll be a free kick to Chippa United, though. Lukele looks perplexed. Fasika Idumba is the man down. Almost looks like a handball from Lukele, but good defensive work done by the man who's just come on as a sub, Goodman Mosele. Chippa United will climb off the bottom of the table if they win tonight. There's a live log table which will drop newcomers Orbit College to the tail of the table. And Magesi FC, who won the first division title 2 seasons ago, will join them in the place at the bottom of the table. Magesi FC already having lost this week against Mamelodi Sundowns by 3-0, with a -6 goal difference, as do Orbit College. And Chippa United still with the worst goal difference in the league, even though they've scored a goal tonight. A -7 goal difference, which is worse than Orbit College and Magesi, although they're probably level with Orbit College now, -7. I can tell you that Grobler's brace has been joined by Tabang Monare's goal. Sekhukhune United leading Chiefs by 3-1 at FNB Stadium. It's really going to upset the Kaizer Chiefs faithful. Good win away against Arrows before the international break. Forward here by Sergio Camis. Might have released it before he got to that stage where he was dispossessed and now out of position. That's a really nice piece of football, though, by Goodman Mosele. I've always been a huge fan of Goodman Mosele when he burst onto the scene at Baroka FC and was signed by Orlando Pirates. And it was just incredible to think that he's still just only 25 years old. Maybe his worth in the South African footballing context hasn't quite been recognised, but I tell you what, I'm a big fan. It's a foul by Mokhosi. Free kick in a good position for Chippa. Waiting patiently is Kharenkami Modise. Just over halfway through the second half we are in East London. Another 4 matches to play before we have another international break. 16 fouls over the course of the nearly 70 minutes we've enjoyed in East London. Where the conditions might not have played their part, but I tell you what, I think the football's been good enough. Modise goes directly for goal. Some matches in which Chippa United might fancy themselves to pick up points. Although they do have their next match away on Sunday, this coming weekend against Polokwane City. And then a match against Sekhukhune United 3 days later as they stay away from home. And the ball picked up nicely by Stanley Mubali, cleared away by Modise. This is Batsy, brought down by Siyabi. Free kick, says the referee. Right on the edge of the area. Batsy is claiming a serious injury. And Sami Siyabi, unrepentant. He did sort of lunge in, and what he did, he dragged his right boot, which caught the veteran midfielder in full stride and brought him down. Promising moment here with 20 minutes remaining for Robert College. So Chippa United away against Polokwane and Sekhukhune United in the next 2 matches. Home at the end of the month against Stellenbosch FC as matches come thick and fast. For Orbit College, next match at home against Marumo Gallants, and then at home against Polokwane City, away against Abafana Bestende. Before we have another break, the start of the Carling knockout, who's, by the way, the draw is, I think, on Thursday evening at 1800 Central African time. So, yellow card to Sami Siyabi. Second man yellow carded in the colours of Chippa United, along with his goalkeeper Stanley Mubali. Right, opportunity for Robert College. Khomalema Koto has just come on as a substitute. He is fancying himself for the dart at the goal of Stanley and Mubali. Referee pointing to Giovanni Philander to say he doesn't want any funny antics as he positions himself behind the wall, which is crept forward a few meters, and Philander looks towards the wall in absolute astonishment. And referee Mosimeng has got his hands full suddenly, not only with the offensive ball, but with the defensive one as well, and positioning Chippa United a little bit further away from the danger zone. All very interesting these days. Tibedi wants to make a little run. The opportunity off the wall from Koto. Koto with a second bite of the cherry. The danger's not averted yet. Lukele was looking for something from the referee, battered away by Gubman Mosele. Chippa United survive a scare. Sabella and Como. Mosele clears in front of Lukele. Tibedi gets a touch too. Now just look how he controls the midfield here, Goodman Mosele. Solves a little dummy to Koto, who's with a fresh pair of legs, really very lively indeed. Kamis gets caught out of position briefly. Another opportunity here for Koto. Swept away by Dumba. Back from Mkabela. Now Moleleki. Showing some good skill here and some good fortitude of Robert College. The throw-in, I think, will be won by Modise. Still plenty of time for Robert College to get something out of this encounter, and maybe they even deserve to. They'll attack again. Koto. Oh, lovely turn inside the penalty area, and even better so by the Chippa United defenders, although there was an element of danger in that style of defending as well from Sergio Camis, and good play by Mabele. Fisikiri Dumba. Long ball and a little bit of a dummy there from Olawale Mokhosi. Thankfully, Sabelo and Koma was on the same page. This is Moleleki. Well, it was going to be briefly, and Moleleki does pick up the little sneaker down the touchline. It's a lovely ball in from Moleleki. Thankfully for Chippa United, Idumba got a toe poke on it as Musele clears. It's gone wide of Kolani Sitole though. Sitole having to chase back. Lovely little dink inside. Opportunity for Robert College. Fabulous defending from Sergio Camis. Homole Makoto has been a danger since he's come on. "15 minutes in stoppage time away from second half, beg your pardon, from full time here in East London. Chippa lead by a goal to nil, but Orbit College are piling on the agony here. Nobody bothering to threaten Standing and Wabali. One of two players on yellow cards tonight, both in the colours of Chippa United. Oh, a bit of a miss in defence here from Clarpond. Doesn't quite fall for Konkobe. Chippa United holding sway at the moment, but a really good performance, I think, from Orbit College. Chippa United up against Polokwane-based or Limpopo-based opposition in the next two encounters, as Wakhosi makes a bit of a hash of things. No problems for Nkomo though. Long trip from Kabaka to Polokwane, but they were able to stay there for a couple of days, taking on Polokwane City first and then Sekakuni United. Robert College, it's Marumo Gallants and Polokwane City both at home. Benele Khlope is going to come on for Giovanni Philander, gets a warm round of applause for his efforts tonight. Benele Khlope signed from JDL Stars, who sold their status in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, and Benele Khlope makes his way into the Premier League, being signed by the Chile Boys. Atisang Batsi, away by Sien and Tlovu. Lovely ball played through the middle, and that's going to be another free kick. I think it's Sami Siabi who's the man who's committed that again. Koto causing all sorts of issues. Really just tripping over the back, really, of Mabele. Another good opportunity for Robert College. Looking for the direct shot, it doesn't come. Nicely away by Justice Figueiredo. He's been a quiet man during the second half of this encounter. Figueiredo clears again. I can tell you that Durban City leads Siwilele by 2-0. Kawapeng and Mokoena both signings that were announced just yesterday for Gavin Hunt's side, and both on the scoreboard, and that's great signings. Moleleki offside. Orbit College continue to pile on the pressure here in East London. Fascinating evening of football around the South African Betway Premiership, and there's more to come tomorrow. Don't forget Amazulu against Stellenbosch FC. Want to watch Marumo Gallants Sundowns. Interesting. Polokwane City against Abafana Bistende, and Richards Bay FC against the Rockets. But already tonight, 7 goals. Orbit College, the only side leading by a single goal. Otherwise, City leading by 2, and Sekhukhune United leading by 2 away from home. And Eric Tinkler justifying his selection as the coach of the month in the previous month's play. That's a little bit sloppy, I thought, from the new man, Benele Klope. Forward quickly by Moleleki, Luleke, Modise, Mosele, Konkove. Solid piece of defending from Tulani Jingana, great piece of defending. In fact, as he retains possession, comes away with it rather nicely, as does Mabele. Oh, lovely slider near the penalty area for Mabele. Not really the greatest save that Mbabali's had to make. Really good evening of football so far. Fans really enjoying themselves on a cold mid-September evening in East London. We were told by the weatherman that there was going to be a cold front, and yeah, traditionally this time of the year, you better believe it, happens every year, doesn't it? When spring day comes along. Moleleki challenging Faseke Dumba, nice turn from him. Clearance from Ndlovu. Batsy Mkabela knocked away from the danger zone by Sien and Ndlovu, looking for a bit of support there as well. Oh, caught in possession here is Nklapo. Keepers off his line. Chance for Figueiredo. 2-0. Mistakes punished by Chippa United, and on the counter, Justice Figueiredo scores for the first time in the colours of the Chili Boys. Goal difference down to -6 for Orbit College. It's up to -8. Justice Figueiredo scores. Suddenly, the context of the match changes. Chippa United leading by 2-0. This is how it all came. A slip in defence. Lovely work done by Abulela Konkobe. Hesitated for a moment. The Justice Figueiredo. No chance for Zabelo and Como. And on debut concedes 2. Chippa United join Durban City and Sekhukhune United, who lead over their respective oppositions by a 2-goal margin tonight. 8 goals scored. Figueiredo with a late goal. Sitole in the first half. Kamis clears for Chippa United. And after losing against Orlando Pirates in their previous match, this is a first win for Luke Amal, and the first win of the season for Chippa United as well, if they are able to hold on. 7 minutes in stoppage time remaining. Bit of concern on the bench of Chippa United. 2 changes made by Luke Amal so far. Brought on Goodman Mosele, consolidated the midfield. Brought on Benele Klope, who's playing on the left-hand side in the place of Giovanni Philander. Another couple of change players warming up at the moment. Man in the foreground is the man who just scored a goal, Justice Figueiredo. Played 22 times in the colours of Richards Bay FC last season. It's taken him 6 matches to get onto the scoreboard for his new club. I wonder how long it's going to be till we see Samuel Nsundwana making an appearance as well. Looking at the Combox window, I can tell you that Chippa United are about to make what looks like a triple sub. Orbit College stripping off players as well. Are we going to see a Dynamo final 5 minutes? Because we are heading towards the 85th minute mark. Players warming up at the moment. Boy Madingwana, you'll remember him bursting onto the scene at Barocca FC on the right-hand side. Was given to us as a right back. He certainly doesn't play in that position. He's more of a right-sided attacker. Alongside of him will come on Abdoulaye Mariko, the 23-year-old Malian who played at Orlando Pirates. Moleleki, 2-0 scoreline. If Orbit College pull a goal back now, then the final 5 minutes is going to be absolutely outrageous. Batsi, nicely cleared by Sienan Glovu. Kamis. Figueiredo's first touch lets him down. Great positioning by Batsi. We are just 4 minutes away from second half stoppage time. Oh, it's a good ball in towards Lukele. Space for Moleleki. Space for Lukele. They're all lining up here. Another chance for Mabele. Away by Sergio Kamis. And I'll tell you what, Chippa United didn't panic. Great play by Chippa United. I really did like the way they held on to their composure. A lot of celebration in East London if the home side are able to hold on here for this victory. Never quite a done thing, is it? I think Ayanda Lukele has done rather snazzily. Man who turns 29 years old tomorrow on his debut start. Debut start for Kutlejo Nkabelo, who's done well off the flank too. So substitution time. It's going to be Sergio Kamis who is going to make way for Boy Madingwana. That is a right back for a right back. So Madingwana being introduced in the right fullback position. And then Justice Figueiredo brought off for Abdoulaye Mariko. Malian getting a late run today. But here's the man of the moment, I would think, in the second half. Born in Eswatini. There's the mistake that happened from Tabangan Klapo. Lovely delivery from Konkobe. Composed finish by Justice Figueiredo. Gets a warm welcome back to the bench. Does the Eswatini-based or born striker. I think Sami Siabi has really had a good shift today, along with Ayobile Konkobe and more recently with Goodman Mosele. Ayanda Lukele has made way for Tepa Matemela, by the way, for 30-year-old former All-Stars player, and a good little run from the left-hand side. Offside, though, against Benele Klope, who shows a little bit of pace late on. Handball from Koto. Been some teams that have struggled tonight, some teams that have done a little better. Last we heard, Sekakuni United still leading over Amakosi in Joburg by 3-1. Eric Tinkler seeing his star shining brighter and brighter as Modise clears. Klapo, bigger partner, with a mistake in front of Sitole. And we've already seen the type of problems with mistakes in defense for Orbit College. A little bit of naivety once again for the centre-back. Very nearly turns problematic. Itumba hasn't been kept in play, though. And suddenly it is the home side that are playing with a little bit of swagger. I must say, Mokhosi's had a good match and he's been consistent throughout the 90. Not that we've had 90 minutes yet, but we're pretty close to it. And that worst start in the first 5 matches of a season by Chippa United could be something of the past in a couple of minutes' time. Incredible how fortunes can change in one match, and it's exactly what Chippa United are hoping for. Free kick, though, to Orbit College. 4 minutes we here are going to be added on to the end of the second half. 4 more minutes before there can be some sort of celebration from a Chippa United point of view, unless we have a huge passage of drama coming up. Moleleki can certainly cause that. Still Moleleki! Somehow the ball cleared away. Sinan Glover with the final touch. Corner kick. They want to get on with it quickly. Moleleki is still causing problems. Space in the middle of the park. It's gone in. They've scored one here. Orbit College. Is it too little, too late? One fancies it isn't. Mabele has been threatening for a long time. It's a rather tame goal, but they all count at the end of the day. Looking very frustrated here is the Nigerian goalkeeper. Well, the lack of clearing, really. Oh, goodness me. Just turned and stroked it into the back of the net. Did Siabulela Mabele. And there's still 3 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Are we going to have the sort of drama that'll make a coach go grey overnight? If Orbit College get an equaliser, that would be dramatic. Chippa United will be a nervous side at the moment. Chippa United hoping that these next 2 minutes are going to evaporate very quickly indeed. 8 goals tonight. Header away by Sinan Glovu, who's done nicely this evening. Fans still glued to their seats, because while Orbit College have possession, while there's minutes remaining on the clock, this never say die attitude team from Rustenburg will be a threat. And they'll have a free kick as well. Boy Maringwana, man in your picture, brought down. Siabulele Mabele. Been shepherded off the field by Koto. Free kick to Orbit College. Still 90 seconds remaining. Luke Amal will be pacing nervously. Coach Pugiso Mokoya will be very anxiously watching the potential proceedings. Konkobe with the intervention. Batted away by Abdullahi Mariko. Turned back though by Nklapo into the midfield. Easy for Sami Siabi. I think they need to hold possession, Chippa United, and they're dinking it away rather carelessly there by Khadinkami Modise. I think, you know, to get your foot on the ball in the final minute and just ease it into the corners and stand at the corner flag. Instead, they have conceded possession to the opposition by using long clearances. Yeah, that's one thing. In the meantime, Chippa United playing with 10 players. Beg your pardon, Orbit playing with 10 players. I think it's Mabele who's down injured. Goodman Mosele bats it forward. Cleared by Tabangan Nklapo, but he's cleared it halfway inside of his own half. And with only 15 seconds remaining, And Orbit College about to bring on Ikaneng Ramosala, who's an attacking midfielder. Wonder if there's enough time for him to come on. Konkobe retains possession with Boy Madingwana. Time is not the friend of Orbit College at the moment. The 4 minutes added by match referee Michael Mosemeng have elapsed. How much more time does he permit? Space for maybe a third goal for Sitole. Not this time. Oh, Sitole, I think, is offside. The final whistle blows in East London, and Ramosala won't get an opportunity to come on and play for Orbit College tonight. Chippa United led by 2-0 at one stage, but that Mabele goal reduces the deficit. It doesn't stop Chippa United, though, from admonishing Orbit College, beating them for the 4th match in a row. And the side from Rustenburg will be dumped to the bottom of the table. Chippa United will leapfrog over Orbit College and Magesi FC into 14th position. However, there's still work to be done by Luke Amal. I think the building blocks are there for the Belgian coach. And there'll be some level of satisfaction for a job well done and a match that was well orchestrated and a result well put together here in East London. Chippa United against Polokwane City away on Sunday. Orbit College at home against Marumo Gallants on Saturday are the matches to look forward to as far as the two teams are concerned in their next appearances. But tonight, well, Chippa United scoring 2 before the fight back came from Orbit College, but they almost always seem to be in it. Did Orbit College. Chippa United tonight, though, win by 2-1.